Happy days, Namaste. Welcome to Toolbox Tarot. This is the weekly reading for Scorpio from the 8th of August to the 14th of August. Using Toolbox Tarot. Yep, I'm using my own cards. Hurrah! We're going to take 5 cards. The first one is going to be like for an overview for the week, and the second, third, fourth, like the other 4 are sort of clarify it, or be like beginning, middle and end of the week, whichever way it sort of pans out for you really. That's it. Nope. Okay, well, we've got a couple of comments, and we'll go with... Okay, own it. You need to be in your power. You need to be in your power and own it. You need to say, I know what I'm doing, and I've got this. Okay, spiritual being you. Right, so I'm just going to show you the comment cards, which are... First one that came out is the High Priestess. So there is stuff going on in the background to support you. So Spirit's got your back. So I don't know if you speak to Spirit, but you could, if there's somebody that you want to speak to, or you could ask your angel, your guardian angel, to give you some signs and wonders. Or you could just speak to them out loud about your fears and ask them to take that away and ask them to help you do that. Angels can't do anything. So I realise I'm talking very fast. Angels can't do anything unless you ask them. That's the free will aspect of it. So you have to ask them. You want a parking space? Angel of parking spaces, please can you sort me out a parking space when I get there? You know, or I'm worried about this, guardian angel, could you help me with this, please? Could you show me a way out of it? Could you give me a sign or a thought that's going to help me? Thank you. So there's something going on in the background. Every challenge is an opportunity for growth. Okay, we're not supposed to sit still. Life is about change. Things change, you know, seasons go round. If you have difficulty, Mary Magdalene says, go into nature, because in nature you can see the flow of life, the cycle of life, how things change and grow and change and grow. They die off, they get reborn, they go forward, that sort of thing. So, but here, every challenge is an opportunity for growth. So if there is something, like when you're cutting down your rose bushes, people cut them back and you're like, oh my God, what have you done? You've killed it. And then it comes back and it's amazing. It's amazing. Because sometimes you have to cut back stuff really, really harsh for it to be able to get that growth. So maybe that's what's going on for you at the moment. We'll just leave that there. Own it. So you've got this. Own it. Own it. This is about you. Own it. If you're doing something right, own it. If you're doing something wrong, own it. If you're doing something that's not good for you, own it. If you're doing something that's brilliant for you, own it. If you've created a great plan and you've got loads of clients, go and tell someone. Own it. Just own it. It's yours. Right. Knowing when to quit is also a strength. So this is going over here with these comment cards, I believe. It's like every challenge is an opportunity for growth. This, knowing when to quit, is also a strength. Is maybe the paring back of a situation. Maybe leaving some stuff behind you that doesn't serve you well. Maybe leaving something that you've put loads in and it's just not going anywhere. It's just constantly like treading water. Something like that. So the trouble with knowing when to quit is also a strength, is that when we're quitting, I'll pull this back while I'm still talking about it. When we're quitting, we can see it as a negative, like we're giving in, but that's not always the case. You know, it's not a negative. It's a new beginning. It's a new trajectory, because you know there has to be something to fill the vacuum. So you can't just sit there. Something else will happen, and you'll have to go and do that. Today I want to underestimate myself. So going forward, don't underestimate yourself, that you can do something different or you can do something better. Or maybe instead of going forward, you need to go to the side. Or maybe you need to change course. Maybe you're doing biology and you want to do graphic design. Or, you know, maybe, you know, you decided you want to be a doctor for all the best benefits of the world, but actually, you know, it's too hurtful to you, it's harmful to you, and so you actually need to go and be a consultant on a digital marketing company or something instead, you know, or, you know, you want to be a teacher, or you want to be a road sweeper, or actually you want to stack shelves because you've had enough at the minute, yeah, or you want to, you know, get on a bike and do a delivery and just have some peace and quiet for yourself. Whatever it is you want to do, don't underestimate that you can make the right choices for yourself. And then what you're going to get is you're going to get a fair outcome. See, this is an equal and opposite reaction. This is Newton's third law of physics. So you're going to get a fair outcome for whatever you decide to do. If you're being fair, it's going to be fair. Okay, you're going to have a really good outcome with it. It's going to work out okay. It could be, I mean, I'm not getting the feeling that anybody's got to go to court or anything, but if they have, or if there's like a divorce or some sort of papers to sign, it's going to work out okay. Just obviously, with any sort of papers, make sure you read all of the small print, or if you're not particularly good at reading all of the small print, make sure you've got somebody who can. All right. And this is the other thing, is I think maybe you've got too many pressures in the 3D world, and you need to remember that you are actually a spiritual being having a human existence, and that's very equally as important to surviving in the 3D world. It's very important to be aware of your spiritual side and be led by your spiritual side, especially when you're being told that actually from the beginning of this that Spirit's got your back. So maybe start meditating. If you don't meditate, start meditating. Go and stare at a river. Put a candle on and stare at the flame. Just empty your mind and see if anybody wants to come through. You could go onto YouTube. There's loads of YouTube videos about meeting spirit guides, or going for shamanic journeying is particularly lovely, I find. There's lots of things, and see what you resonate with, and go for that. Because, you know, remember that you're not your vehicle. There are two lives to be had here. There is this physical journey that we're doing. There's also this inner world that we can fully participate in. That for people like me is like hugely joyous and really beneficial, and really helps with living in this world as well. So anyway, own it. Don't underestimate yourself. It's going to work out fine. And maybe do some meditating with a pen and a paper in your hand, so afterwards you can write down any ideas that came to you. And if you have to nip something in the bud, if it don't work, then you have to nip it in the bud. Happy days. Namaste.